Hi friends, Kawa here. It feels like it's been a good while since I made a video for my Aether Rates defense. The last one I believe I showed was the Armor Ball team that I was testing, and the results were not as good as I thought they would be. So we're putting that back on the shelf and moving on to a new test team that we're going with. And this is only day 2 of the season, and we already got hit 5 times. So I'm just putting this video out early because I expect to be dodging attackers for the next 2 days. So it's probably best if I just do it now so you guys can see the team. So the team is still evolving in a sense. There are some really obvious things that I just didn't have the resources to fix yet. You're gonna see it between the first fight and the second fight. The team changes a little bit. Some stuff gets moved around, stuff like that. So let me just show you real quick so you guys can understand better. So this team here is relatively simple in my opinion. It only uses one Yoon for lift loss. She's really flexible. She doesn't have to be here, but I had open spots, so I was like, I might as well just try to reduce lift loss. So the main star of this team is actually Keaton here. Keaton here is getting hit by 2 infantry pulse between Ninian and Tethys, and then he's also catching the grand back scratcher from Sakura here, which affects Keaton because he's at 52 attack and Yoon at 52 attack. As you see that I got attacked here, I didn't lock my team, so the seals are a little bit off. He's supposed to have a quick repulse, but I'm not even sure if that's what I want to finalize on him. So yeah, so you notice that he has 52 attack along with Yoon, and it's a little tricky to find people who are weak enough so that if they get hit by chill attack, they don't steal the back scratcher from me. So we went with Ninian because she has like noodle arms at 36 attack, and Tethys here at 39 attack. Neither of these two can take the back scratcher away from Keaton and Yoon. Pane here is at 44. She needed a merge or a flower to hit 45, so that if these two got hit by a chill attack, they'll hit 45, and then your chill attack technically backfires, because then now Pane gets hit by the back scratcher also. And Sakura here is supposed to have a Fort Res, which is supposed to further lower her attack to the point where she definitely can't steal the back scratcher from them. But at 45 it works because, you know, they get hit by chill attack, they hit 45 attack. And, you know, if Pane went up one more, it would matter. But, you know, for her, it doesn't really matter. But, yeah. The other most important thing here is that the team is supposed to have someone with ridiculously high defense / resistance stat. So they can absorb New Year Air's Dagger's ability, the Tamari thing it's called, where it checks whoever has the highest defense and res and it cuts their stats. Something like that would mess up my back scratcher, and the idea was that I needed to get someone who has high enough stats to absorb it. Our unit that we are potentially going to use to do that is Tethys, because I believe she was short like a little bit from Keaton here. She's short 3. She needs to overtake him, so she needs 4 more points of stats. I didn't get it in time, but with some merges, Tethys will overtake Keaton in defense stats, and then she'll just absorb the New Year Air's dagger ability. And here you see it's another unit I just decided to work on because I wanted to test the team. It's a Pane. She's with +4 with 3 flowers. She's using low speed and defense here, but it's going to get changed later on. And she has bonfire and sturdy blow, so the objective is just to hit really, really hard. I do change it though. I changed the sturdy blow to heavy blade to try to win the heavy blade check, so she definitely bonfires you on her second attack, because her Tagu Fang says you cannot attack back with her follow-up. And then she does have ridiculous, well, she's not ridiculous, but she has really high speed stats. And her stats do look low on paper. In reality, when she goes into combat, her stats are actually really, really high. And as I said, the star of the show is Keaton. So the idea is that he has Bonfire ready here. He's actually supposed to be using Ignis instead, seeing he's getting a 3 charge. So, for people who are not familiar, he has a Brave weapon, so he attacks twice when he gets attacked, but he's ridiculously slow. As you can see, he has 24 speed with a Healing buff. So he's ridiculously slow. But the idea is that if you hit him, he's going to return fire with a Ignis, either on his first hit or his second hit, and he does, both hits consecutively. So there should be no one who really survives it if it was an Ignis. As you see, my Keaton is also a plus defense Keaton. He's merged to +3, which is 2 flowers. Alright, so you're going to see more or less what happens when someone attacks into Keaton in this fight. But he's using Bonfire, not Ignis, because if he was actually using Ignis, he would have killed. Where that kind of sucked a little bit, but it's fine for the initial test. That's why I realized I was supposed to use Ignis. Alright, so let me just make sure everything's on. I'm going to leave the support animation off, so it's all the dancing and stuff. We don't need visuals on that. So here is where Dual Ephraim is going to charge in against Keaton here. See, on paper it looks like Ephraim is going to guarantee kill Keaton, but Keaton actually puts him really low here. He puts him to 5. So if it was an Ignis instead of a Bonfire, he would actually have killed Ephraim without an issue. And it's, the color difference of him being blue versus Keaton's red, he actually took that much damage from Keaton. So that's why you can't underestimate him, because it also has, Keaton has the Wodao effect, so if he does a special, he does extra 10 damage, and that just adds on, and people just don't realize it, that Keaton actually hits really, really hard. And then, as Pani is actually a cav unit, she is my chaser. She just chases people down to kill, and Keaton is supposed to hang back with his distant counter advantage, so that he can actually checkmate you if you actually put him in advantage range. This was a little bit sad where we missed the kill on Azor about 1. But fine. But she does get cleaned up, but it's just like, we missed it by 1. That's a little bit sad. But our opponent also here is just like YOLOing my traps for some reason, without a care in the world. I guess it only happens on day 1. People just YOLO traps without caring. So more or less the fight is ended here at this point, because our opponent has 4 units dead, but they still stay for some reason. And this is where it just gets really silly. It's Pane versus Nagi. Nagi is unable to kill Pane, even though she has the color advantage. But at the same time, my Pane cannot kill Nagi because Pane is unable to get her bonfire off. And, Nagi is just trying to kill Pane, but there is a healing tower and Sakura's there healing Pane. So we're just going nowhere at this point. And then without being able to trigger Bonfire, we were definitely not able to kill him. Like, if Pane had Bonfire, I'm pretty confident. See, Nagi would have died probably at that point. The Bonfire would have killed her. If not that point definitely, she only has 5 HP left. So at this point, he more or less gets stalled out because Nagi is unable to cross the mountain and attack Sakura. Even if he was able to, he couldn't do anything because she has Miracle. And they just timed out and lost. They definitely had lost already the moment they lost Ephraim and they start YOLOing traps. I don't know why they didn't just ladder away. Alright, so this is the first fight of after we edit the map a little bit. And this is obviously where Keen has his correct stats, as you can see here. This is what she looks, Sakura here looks like. So the idea is that you can't give her restore, because if you give her restore, she could mess things up. So I went with physics instead. I'm not sure if restore might be better, but I don't think it's a good idea, because then she might start eating dances so that she can restore people out of debuffs. And then here you're going to see that Pane is still more or less the same. She just has the heavy blade instead now. And more or less, my opponent here has brought a plus 10 Astrum with distant counter and low attack defense. It's like, whoa. This looks more like an arena unit, but I don't know what he's doing here. This Lin here is also plus 10, I believe. With Ruptured Sky. Here's Igreen with her Life and Death 4. And we have Air and Peony. Standard stuff here. Nothing special. And as you see, someone decided to YOLO the trap again. It's like, why are you YOLOing this trap? Like, at the cost of killing my Tethys, you put yourself in a very bad position, and which is a reason why I'm going to have to maybe open up that spot on the Pane where the healing tower is. But I wasn't sure because Yoon is able to reach the air without an issue. But I might have to open up that spot so that Pane can actually come down and kill anyone who threatened or killed Tethys. So here's the part where I don't really understand. Like, you see Keaton here with 41 defense, and he's already hit by a debuff. Well, he also has a buff, but yeah. And he has an Ignis. He has a charged Ignis, because he only has one charge left on. It's literally charged. Igreen here decides to attack Keaton. And then she just eats an Ignis for her work. 62 to the face. Like, I don't know, did they, like, not do the math? Or did they not check? And then, like, anything that wasn't, like, a plus 10 Astrum here would have definitely took a beating for hitting Keaton like that. But he did have to sacrifice a unit to kill Keaton. Over here, Pane lost the speed check, so she wasn't able to double. Which kind of sucked. We needed the double there. If she had the double, she could have possibly killed Astrum, but it's also, you know, a plus 10 Astrum versus my plus 4 Pane. It didn't help. And also, Pane there was not transformed. If she was transformed, she should have killed Astrum, I believe, because she does get like I believe like a 7 attack swing when she's transformed. So as you can see, we definitely lost here already. But the interesting part is that they didn't go to the Aether pot in the corner. Maybe it took them too long to get to it, and they just gave up on it. But that's a rematch I'm definitely going to take. We successfully did kill 2 units, so that our lift, even if we had lost lift, it wasn't that bad. Right, and then here's the second one. Well, the third fight in total, but the second one on day 2. So there's nothing really super special here to see. You clearly can see the bonus units are here. I I don't know what she's doing here though. Altina is like, what are you doing here? It's like you're in the wrong season, but whatever. All right, so we see they're setting up more or less, breaking buildings, setting up. So this is where it gets a little spicy. Altina over here thinks she's gonna take on Keaton. It's like she does realize we both have brave weapons, right? Like, if I go first, I am going to hit you with a Ignis. But Pomni decided to go kill Zoa first. And here comes Keaton to take her life. See, on paper, he does 5 damage. And then he Ignises. It's a 52. Thanks to his woe down effect and the fact that his Ignis is not small. His Ignis is, I want to say it does like about 30 something? Well, if we do the math, he did 5 prior and then he did what, a 52? So that means he gained 15, so 5 from his base, 10 from woe down, 15. So he did what, 37? He did like 37 on his Ignis, which is pretty good, you know. Not a lot of people can survive Ignis like that, especially when he double taps. And Selkie here, for some reason, is slower than Keaton by so much that Keaton actually quads her. it's like, whoa. Keaton is really slow. Like, I wanted to fix that, but there's really no way to, like, his speed is unsalvageable. But to get quadded by him, it's just like, Well, actually, no. It may not be because she's slow. It's probably because I have quick repulse. I forgot I put quick, in this fight, he already had quick repulse. So it looks like my opponent here already like gave up. He just, you know, running face first into things. Okay, and onto this one. So this one has Dopioni. Well, it's more or less 3 mages and Celica. And I guess, you know, New Year's, Alphonse. This is not one of those situations where it's like, why are you YOLOing my trap? So that's one of the issues with the healer being over here, because then she heals Keaton out of his vantage range. It's not exactly a bad thing, but it's not a great thing either, because the heal is a 2-range heal. So I might have to change that so that maybe it's a restore and he has 6 different restores. And everyone just likes to go after Tethys. It's a thing, I guess. Like, no, let's kill Tethys. So the idea is that we're gonna get her stats nice and high, so she's not like an easy target. Here there's something Keaton can do, because Keaton resists this dirt poor, as most beasts are. Like, most beasts don't have high resist stats. And then, you know, we kind of get PvE'd here by Celica with triple Dancer. And again here, the healing tower is kind of in the way. So, I believe the healing tower is the thing that has to go. Though Pomni does come here and pick up a kill on Peony. So the fact that the opponent is using triple dancers and like Celica instead of Ophelia, but still, same general concept of a PvE team. And we did successfully kill one unit. It's actually a really decent outcome in my opinion. And in this final one, we actually killed 0 units, mainly because we ran into the issue that I mentioned in the beginning, where we lose to the Tamari because Keaton right now has the highest defense stats. So then now his attack is messed up. And then Yoon takes the Scratcher and he doesn't. And by the way, this is a +10 Winter Cecilia. See? It's +10. Not sure what Nino is here for, but she's here. Nino's here. This is the first opponent who decided to come through the left-hand side. Most people come to, right under Tethys to go after her first. This opponent decided to come from the left-hand side. And then, he parked his Winter Cecilia right in front of me. So this is where the issue with the healing tower yet again is. So the healing tower is in a really bad position. I'm going to move it somewhere else because that definitely is not where I want it to be. And then as you see, Tani was not able to double her, which really sucks. I did try to, alleviate this later on. I was planning to give her Swift Sparrow to 3 because it's about the same as Death Blow. It is the same as Death Blow, but you get speed out of it too. So then she would win the speed check against something like Winter Cecilia that way. And, Keaton with his low resist obviously gets blown up by a blue mage. There's nothing I could do about that. There really isn't any way to salvage that. His resistance is really low. Like, Pi didn't do enough damage to kill Winter Cecilia, but she actually has really decent survivability there. Like, she actually took on Winter Cecilia in, 2 combats? And she's still alive. And she ate an iceberg. So, props there, because she did a really good job of surviving as long as she could. Especially against a Winter Cecilia, who is way stronger than her. And like I said, as you can see, we do die. There's not much we could do about it. It was bad placement of buildings on my behalf, and the fact that we got hit by the Tamari. Well, the Tamari didn't really matter too much, but it would have been nice to actually have the cooldowns. But yeah, it's more or less really just the building placement that screwed us up. But, this team is still an experiment, so there was that. I kind of really enjoyed this idea of this team because I I joined this game when the beast units were introduced, so Tiburon, Nyla, and them were introduced, and I found them interesting. So I'm probably gonna invest into this beast team because this team looks like it's something that can work. Pani just needs more merges, and I just need to tinker with some more stuff. Alright, so that's the last of it. Let me know your opinions on my team, guys. Just let me know in the comment section, because I feel like this team has potential, and there are some things, I occasionally am very biased with, when it's, it's like a pet project. So it's best for, you guys let me know your opinions, and, it might make me a little less biased on my pet project. Alright, guys, see you next time. Bye.